It's the Simcoe Natural Food Show for July 2025. I'm with Leigh. That's Leigh, Leigh. I spelled it wrong last month, folks, and she will not let me forget it.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a typo, I tell you. Anyway, that on bug spray, that was really good too, because I found myself the next day last month. Leigh made this great homemade recipe, and I found myself in the drugstore picking up some bug spray. And then I was just reading and reading. I probably spent way too long in there reading the different labels, and I had to have my reading glasses because, I'm a little bit older than her. So, it was one of those days where I finally found one that I liked. It didn't have anything in it. And it was, what a process. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it is hard to find a good clean bug spray that works as well.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That will, fight off the stuff. But today we're moving on to sunscreen, because that's another critical component, and you just never know what's in it, the fine print anymore. And Leigh's brought some out from Simcoe Natural Foods, and she's going to give us some background on what these are, how they work, and what the content really is in them, correct?
Yes, that's right. So these are all natural mineral-based sunscreens. So the two minerals that they all contain are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Zinc oxide is the type of mineral that is white. So some of these sunscreens used to go on white, but now they've added some special oils that help distribute that. So they actually say they're non-whitening. You just have to rub them in really well. And then the way they work is they create a barrier on top of the surface of your skin that actually reflects or deflects the UVB rays from the sun. So you're not absorbing any of the sun's rays, and the minerals are non-nano, so they don't absorb through your skin barrier as well. So none of it will go into your bloodstream, which is really important when you're applying things to your skin, because it's your largest organ and it absorbs everything directly into your blood. So some of the chemical sunscreens out there are completely different. And what they do is they actually absorb all of the UVA, UVB rays from the sun, and then they pass through your skin and directly into your bloodstream. And those chemicals in the other types of sunscreens are considered carcinogens, so cancer-causing agents, at a certain accumulation. So if you're using them all the time, year after year, that they can build up in your system. And they're also endocrine disruptors. So your endocrine system is like different organs, like your thyroid, your pituitary gland, your ovaries, etc., can be thrown off by those chemicals as well. And some of them are even have like estrogenic effects. And we've probably all heard about having too much estrogen in our environment already. So most of us, if we're good consumers, are probably going to just choose not to put something like that on our skin. I've also got some nice plant oils like avocado oil, and I've got shea butter. And these plant oils actually have natural SPF components as well, usually between 4 and 6. So not super high, but if you're going out in the sun and you want to get a little bit of sun, which I believe we all should get, because that's the best way to get our vitamin D. It's a safe way to do that for, that 15-20 minute window before you apply your sunscreen. And I do find if using these oils before you apply the sunscreen helps it go on more smoothly as well. And moist, hydrated skin doesn't age as quickly, so it protects you from the aging effects of the sun as well. And hydrated skin doesn't burn as easily too. So all those things are really important before sun exposure. And drinking lots of water, just generally being hydrated before you go out in the sun is super important.
Those how long now, if you're outside working hard, you build up a sweat, do you have to reapply quickly? Like, how long does an application work on this?
So they are considered water resistant for, I believe it's up to 3 hours.
Okay.
This base stick is water resistant, for about 3 hours. So this one is actually for your face. So it's easy to apply, goes on smooth, not white. It's unscented. It won't clog your pores. All of those factors. Plus, yeah, like if you were in the pool, sweating, swimming, you might want to reapply after you've been out in the water for a couple hours. But yeah, generally it's about 3 hours for the zinc oxide.
Okay, and the Green Beaver product there, like when I guess the big thing is with the different, you got two that are 40 and a 53. Can you talk a little bit about their protection rate there?
So the 41 is for children and the 41 for sport. The
Okay.
extra protection one doesn't claim to be non-whitening, so it's going to be thicker. It would be for someone who probably burns really easily, and it's going to last a little bit longer as well. But you know, generally 40 is strong enough for most of us, unless you're really fair. Another interesting fact is that if you have low vitamin D levels, you're more likely to get burnt as well.
Oh,
I don't know the exact reasoning, like your skin's trying to absorb more of the sun to try and make up for that. But that's an interesting little tidbit too. So, you know, a lot of us get our vitamin D levels tested,
yeah.
and I had mine tested, and I was low even though I was supplementing vitamin D, so I had to double it up. But I
Wow.
was getting burnt really easily as well. So I was like, oh, that's interesting to know.
And
So
I think, is Green Beaver a Canadian company?
yes, Green
That's nice
Beaver
too.
is definitely Canadian, all made here in Canada. The Badger company's been around for years. A lot of people are probably familiar with it. It's super clean and it is from the States, but it's just one of those really tried and tested good quality products. So I have a lot of people coming in with their app from Yucca or Environmental Working Group, and they're scanning our products looking for the safest, cleanest products. And I'll just say everything I have chosen here with scored excellent on those apps as well. So considered very safe and clean.
And do you like, I mean, with your kids, do you use this product? Is this the stuff that you like to use?
Yeah, yeah. I sent them. They had outdoor swimming today at school, and I sent them with a tube of the Green Beaver sunscreen, and they find it easy to put on. The minerals in it can be a little bit drying, so that's why I always like to make sure you moisturize their skin or put something else on first before you spread the sunscreen on, which
And,
hasn't impacted its effectiveness as far as I can tell. We don't
and
get burnt.
it's nice too because you know what's in it. Like let's look at the pluses here. You know what's in the product.
Yeah,
The price point's probably better or just as good as what you're going to pay for
it's about the
this.
same as you would in
Are
the
they,
drugstore. Yeah.
are they spray or roll on? What are they?
So these are lotions.
Okay.
This is a cream, and then this is a stick. We do have some sprays. They have a couple other ingredients that made them a little like less clean,
Yeah.
but still, yeah, because they have to add some chemicals in there to stabilize it and make it possible to spray it as well, right? So, but
And you brought,
Green
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, Green Beaver used to make a spray, but it was just a little pump cap and it got clogged up a lot. So I think they quit doing that and they just have the lotion.
Let's go to the other extreme. What advice would you offer to someone that's maybe, oh, I don't know, in their 60s and forgets to put it on and gets sunburn? I'm not saying anybody in particular that I know, but what would be the recommendation to sort of help soothe that burn?
So you can actually use cider vinegar to soothe a burn. So if you have that on hand, and then we've got some really nice aloe gel as well. So everybody's familiar with that. This is 100% aloe gel and it's just soothing and cooling. And again, you really want to moisturize that irritated skin as well. So you could use shea butter or avocado oil too, because the more hydration you can add, the quicker it will heal as well. So,
And
and yeah, I just can't emphasize enough how staying hydrated is super important for preventing
yeah.
sunburn.
Can you mix the two now since we talked about bug spray last month and sunscreen? You know, if you're out in the woods on a sunny day, are they compatible?
Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't do both, but I would
Okay.
apply all your sunscreen first.
Yeah.
So that you're not rubbing in your bug spray, because you
Okay.
really just want the bug spray to sit on top of your skin. You don't want to rub it in deeply. So just apply your sunscreens and moisturizers before you put on your bug repellent.
And all this stuff's available at Simcoe Natural Foods in
Yeah.
Simcoe on the Queensway.
Oh, and we've got these sunny patches too for kids. So these
What's
go directly on their skin when they're outside, and you apply your sunscreen over top of it. And then when the patch starts to become exposed to UVA, UVB rays, it starts to change color. And once it turns purple, you know it's time to reapply the sunscreen.
That's a great
So
idea.
that's like, yeah, it's like, because kids get playing and you get, talking with somebody and you forget, and then you see the bright purple patch on their shoulders. Oh yeah, it's time to reapply the sunscreen. So it's very helpful.
And that would tell you, I guess you'd be able to sort of figure out how long your sunscreen's lasting too from that point
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, exactly. Because it probably depends on the weather and what time of day you're outside. Because between 10 and 2, that's when the sun is at its height of its strength. But if it was hazy or cloudy, it might be different. So it's nice to have that on hand too, for sure.
I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the things you don't really think about when it's a partially cloudy day, you never really think about sunscreen, do you? It's like, it doesn't look that
No,
great
but you
today. I
can
don't need it. But
still,
that's the day it gets you.
you still get burnt those days.
Right.
Yeah.
So just the awareness, and just also, you brought up the hydration. I'm going to bring up the sun hat is critical too. Just
Yes.
and their sunglasses. Dr. Amber would tell us to make sure we have our sunglasses
Yes.
on.
Protect your eyes for sure.
Yeah, there's so much now. I mean, when I was a kid, it was crazy. We didn't, we probably didn't do anything,
No, I
unfortunately.
didn't
But
wear sunscreen.
no, and we didn't have shoes on, and there was no hat or sunglasses, and away we went.
No.
But at the same time, too, I'm so happy that there is these good products now that you can protect your children. And, as we age too, we want to make sure that we take care of our bodies and understand, I want the sun, but I don't want it to be affecting me that way. I want to do a show sometime and just talk about that with you because I mean, you see a lot of folks my age and older that come into the store, and I'm sure they all have different stories and ideas. And I'm going to get you to share some, maybe we'll do that next month, to talk about the different types of health issues they're dealing with, right?
Yeah, that would be fun. And, a lot of people like to share the changes they've made that have really helped them in their lives. So
yeah, exactly.
That's a good idea.
And I do think for us fair-skinned folks that burn easily, you got to be on it, right? First thing in the morning, if you're going to apply, carry it with you.
Carry it with you for sure. And at least you can feel comfortable knowing that it's not going to be causing you any long-term damage or harm.
Yes.
And yeah.
And they're all odorless. Sorry.
They're all, there's no fragrances added to them, no colors, no preservatives or anything like that. So they're very simple.
Yeah, I think that's the critical point too. So folks, get out and enjoy the sun. Go see Leigh at Simcoe Natural Foods or Laura. They'll help you get you set up, because it's important that you do this and do it right, and get out there and enjoy the summer. It's too short to begin with, and you want to just take it in while you can, right? Get all that vitamin D, that good vitamin D for you.
Yeah, it's been off to a slow start around here, so.
Yeah, we need the weather to warm up. Yeah. All right. Great chatting with you. Take care.
Bye.